Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, and for anyone who's new, my name's Dave. In this video we're going to be working on a large canvas of the Joker, and yeah, it's a fantastic image to work with, this particular one. I've titled this video I nearly gave up, and the truth is I actually gave up on this drawing twice. I just ran into so many problems this week. It was ridiculous. When I started the drawing, everything was going okay, but when I started doing the shading, I just wasn't happy with what I was getting. So I just put down all tools and I walked away from it, and I couldn't even look at it, you know. Then I went at it again, and I was like, no, I'm just not feeling this one. And I had to contemplate to myself, do I just rip it up, start again, and kind of post this video a wee bit later, maybe next week, or do I just go back in and just tackle it, take on the job, and try and get the best possible outcome I can. And that's pretty much what I did. I didn't give up on it. I just kept working it, and I'm so glad I did. I'm very happy with the overall result. To top things all off, the Premiere Pro, the software that I edit the videos on, you know, I installed the latest update, and yeah, my driver crashed and I just couldn't edit the video. Oh man, it was just a nightmare. And my music guy let me down. I wanted to have a guy playing guitar in the background. So yeah, producing this particular video was a real challenge, you know. But I suppose the one thing I can really take from it is just don't give up, you know. Just keep persevering. Everything will work out in the end, you know. But on a plus note, my new audio interface arrived, and I love it. I think the sound quality is a lot better, and yeah, if you have any feedback on that, just let me know what you think of the sound. But okay, let's get back to the drawing here. So, like I said in my previous video, I try and kind of show everyone loads of little different kind of methods and techniques in creating these. And because I'm more of a brush person, I love using brushes. Not everyone is a brush person, so I wanted to start this canvas off just going in with pencils, and these are, I think I'm using 4B and 6B soft charcoal pencils. Great pencil to work with, to throw off a lot of dust, and that's what I want. So I decided to, yeah, when I'm doing this one, I'm thinking about kind of people watching this and maybe, I don't know, looking to achieve something similar. So I wanted to kind of showcase a nice straightforward approach. And in this one, I'm not working like a printer, like starting from the top left down, which is the best way to go about it. I just want to cover everything, map it all out, all the black lines, etc., with the charcoal pencil. And because it is a soft pencil, when I go in with the brush, that'll all blend out and create all these little tones, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just going in with a small little brush, and I'm just brushing that charcoal. For anyone who's seen this particular Joker movie, it's a great movie. It was very dark, and it was like a real psychological kind of thriller, if you want to call it that. I loved it. It was dark. There was a lot of mixed reviews about this one when it came out, but I loved it. It wasn't your typical Joker movie, you know. It kind of delved more into kind of his mental health and his psyche. But yeah, I've drawn the Joker a few times now, and I would have went just with the typical Joker, you know, when he has his face paint on, And this particular one it's when he's in I think it's like a psychiatric ward, and he doesn't have his makeup on, and I just thought this would be a very strong image to work with. It's just a pity I had and nearly had a nervous breakdown myself in creating this one. No, seriously, everything that could have went wrong. But yeah, I actually one thing about kind of let me see. One thing about, like, when things don't go right and you have to problem solve, it's an absolute nightmare, but you grow from it, you know. I learned a lot just with regards to the computer work, just figuring out software and things like that there as a result of the driver not working. So that's always a plus, because it might happen again, and at least I'll know how to fix it, you know. Same with the drone. Oh man, over the years, like, I've thrown so many drones away, like, and I think one of the best things about working with very expensive paper is every time I throw a piece of paper away, it's like literally burning money. So I really try not to just discard drones, especially on this scale with this paper, because, like I said, it does cost a few bob. So that's always an incentive to just keep pushing on a drone. Use better paper. So the drone is coming along nicely there now. I'm just starting to build up some of the tonal structure. Initially I did want to do more of a realistic drone on this one, but I was so angry at myself, as I've explained, that for me, when I was looking at it, I just felt it was too cartoony, and my initial goal when doing this was to try and kind of get a nice realistic drone. So yeah, a lot of frustration. But when I did come back, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to block it all in now, and that's what I'm doing here. I don't care, I just want to get all them tones in, and then I can start figuring out how I can get it a wee bit more realistic looking. Sometimes it's easier to get the backgrounds done as well. It'll kind of give you a good idea of how the overall image is going to look. So in this case, I put down just a soft graphite layer in the background. I will come along later and darken that up a wee bit. I'm sure there's maybe a couple of people out there watching this that are going like, what is he talking about? The drawing looks perfect. But when you're somebody like me, and you constantly push yourself and you strive for a particular outcome, it can become very challenging mentally, especially when you know you can push something to a certain level, but in this case it's just not working out for you, you know. That can be very frustrating, and it's hard to let go of that. But then again, I suppose that's one of the driving factors in my life, kind of being my own critic, really, you know. I do believe that you can only really improve by criticizing your own work, you know. You'll always be your number one critic. So I do speak in a lot of previous videos. I like to cover the whole entire canvas, and that's just what I'm doing here. I'm just covering it all with a nice layer of graphite powder, and that'll get me ready now for erasing. So just blend it out a wee bit here with a wee bit of tissue paper, and then start going in and getting all those details in. I'm just building up some contrast now, so I've gone back in with my charcoal pencil, and any of the areas in the reference image that's kind of solid black, I'm going to go in and start putting in that solid black now, and then I'll brush it out so it's blended. the reference image I'm using, there actually isn't too much black in the actual image, and normally when I do work, I like to work with large portions of the drone being black, because I'm very much about that kind of contrast. But in this one, it was a nice subtle drone. There wasn't too much black, and yeah, so I'll try my best now to create that contrast by erasing, and try and create it with the white tones as opposed to the black tones. If I was to, say, spend another week on this canvas, I could go in with the pencil and put all those little dots in on the face and erase around it to really push the hyperrealism. But in this image, I don't want to do that just yet. That would be maybe a few more videos down the line when I have a wee bit more time. Because if you're going for that super realism, it does take a lot of work and a lot of commitment. You can see there now with the white highlights, it's really starting to create another dimension, and this really is my favorite part of the drawing process. There's so many different effects you can create with the eraser. You can create all those little hairlines and little cracks and creases in the skin. You can have a lot of fun with the eraser. I have a few fine erasers here. I have some electric ones and just some fine nib ones, but I'd use them for more detailed kind of work. In this big canvas here, it's more artistic-y, so I just go in with the side of the eraser. But yeah, everyone, I really appreciate everyone taking time out to watch this video, and for anyone who's new, yeah, give us a subscribe there. It really kind of helps my confidence and gives me a wee driving, a little kick up the, you know what, produce some more work. And yeah, I really appreciate all the kind feedback on the last couple of videos. You've no idea how happy I was to see the end of this canvas, and even just adding the video. Really, I'm not exaggerating. This week was an absolute nightmare to put this together, but do you know what? It's done now, and I didn't walk away from it. But yeah, when you really step back and take a look at it, it does look awesome, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy it didn't end up in the bin, you know. And maybe it'll go to a nice home someday. But for the meantime, it looks lovely on my wall. So there should be a link there on the screen at the end of the video, and that'll bring you back to watch the previous video where I do discuss a lot on contrast. And for anyone new there, a lot of my previous videos touches upon a lot of different techniques, you know. But yeah, cheers guys, see you around, see you in the next video, and again, any suggestions on maybe some future drawings to do, just drop it below in the comments. Alright, take care everyone. I must have said A about 500 times, didn't I? I'll work on that the next time.